So, I purchased a house whenever I was in my 20s, which to a lot of people who might be watching this video is considered a rarity. How did you do it? Like, you must have gotten lucky. And yes, I did get pretty lucky on how I obtained this home, but that's not what this video is about. Depending on who you ask, buying a home is either the smartest thing or the biggest mistake anyone could ever make. Some people act like it's the American dream. Others tend to act like it's some form of financial disaster. But since owning a house myself, I want to at least give my experience and some truths, because it lands somewhere in the middle. So, I'm going to start off with the good stuff. Reason number one, or good stuff number one, is it's mine. No one can tell me otherwise. You own a house, you can do whatever you want. If no one can tell you can't paint a wall. If you want to paint your walls pink, paint them pink, weirdo. Nobody can tell you that you can't have pets. And best of all, no one can raise your rent if you have a fixed mortgage. Now, we could go into that later. There's a certain feeling I get whenever you pull into your own driveway. Every mortgage payment that you make is not going to some landlord's pocket. It's building equity into your own property. And it's just nice to have a place that you can call your own, your domain, yours. Now, there are a lot of good things to owning homes, but there's some things that realtors especially don't talk about. Well, actually, I can't really speak for realtors. It's actually required by law that they are required by the commission to say all the things wrong with the property, so I can't really say that. But there's some things that people don't usually talk about whenever they own a home. Houses are expensive even after you buy them. It's not a one and done deal. The mortgage is not the only bill. A lot of things I've learned whenever I lived in this house is property taxes are only going up. You can thank your school district for that. Insurance is insane. If your house burns down tomorrow, you got to get compensated for that. And insurance is not fun either, because there's always something. You have to almost replace your house. You can't just take the money and run, which is understandable to avoid fraud. Utilities, I mean, that comes with renting as well, but utilities are yours, all yours. Maintenance. You can't really call anyone at 3 a.m. whenever your toilet breaks. Whenever you rent a piece of property, you can just call your landlord at 3 in the morning if your toilet explodes. But if your toilet explodes at 3 in the morning, you own the house, you're the person you need to call. Lawn care. Some tenants mow their own yards, but in this case, if you own the house, you're responsible for it. If you want a forest in your yard, go ahead, as long as you don't have an HOA. Random things breaking for no reason. It just, like, the other day, my AC broke whenever it was starting to get hot. Like, I guess the winter had damaged it or something, but it's currently almost June and it's finally starting to warm up. Nobody tells you that houses seem to develop problems at the worst possible time. It's just like I mentioned earlier, whenever you're renting something and something breaks, you call somebody. But whenever you're a homeowner and something breaks, congratulations, you're that somebody. The problem is yours. My biggest shock wasn't really the mortgage payment. In fact, I was actually kind of happy to make a mortgage payment, because that's kind of like my monthly investment. It's just the little expenses that aren't considered investments. There's a little bit of something. It's not a disaster. It's just something. It's basically a never-ending project. I mean, some months are good, some months are bad. But now that I'm giving all the good and bad of homeownership, I think now who should buy a house? That's the most important. Not why you should or why you shouldn't buy a house, but who should buy a house. Because I don't think everyone should buy a house. If you're moving if you're moving around all the time, renting just makes more sense. If you're not financially stable, then a bad decision would be to buy a house. Renting at the moment makes more sense. If you're staying somewhere for a long time, years, or the rest of your life, then that's the perfect time to settle down. Buying becomes more attractive. It really all depends on your situation. So what I've learned, what the internet really gets wrong is they love extremes. You'll hear people say renting is throwing money away, which it kind of is. But then you'll hear other people say that owning a house is a scam. It really depends on what house you get or who your realtor is, or how much research you do. So because of that, I don't think either side is right. A house is a tool, like a car, like your clothes. It's a necessity. Some people, it's a great tool. For others, it's not. So whenever I bought this house, it's a nice house. I love it. It's a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, single family. I got a pretty good deal, but I'm not going to really give the details on that. Do I regret buying a house at my age? No. Has it been perfect? No. My septic system that's been around since the 1960s finally broke. And you don't know what death smells like until your sewer backs up in your shower drain. Which is already a nightmare to think about. But I've gained stability, freedom, and ownership. But I've also gained bills, maintenance, and lots of responsibility. So home ownership, in my opinion, is not a magical solution. It's a trade-off. For me, it's been worth it. But it's definitely not as simple as people on the internet really make it sound. So, do your own research about it. I know the housing market's insane. I got lucky. I'm very, very blessed to be able to own this house. But that doesn't mean that you won't be able to own a home. The opportunity will come. It's taking a little longer. So, thank you for watching.